All right, this is for those who do not like judging matters one-sided. The video I made yesterday about a woman who ended her marriage 2 days after their wedding, this January 2025, with the claim that her husband requested for a threesome just after their wedding, as a wedding present. Yes, the man has come up to clear the air. The man actually stated that he was the one that made post first about the end of their marriage before the wife's family realized that, and they were against why he made that public post about their marriage being ended and all of that. Yes, I will leave you with his own account so that you can listen to him and then be the judge. Meanwhile, if you haven't watched the first video I posted yesterday, you might not understand this. Do yourself a favor to just go back to that video. I will link it here, this particular thumbnail here. Go back to it, watch it first before you judge.
On the 15th of January, when I posted on my IG story that I'm no longer interested in the marriage, that the marriage is over. So the family became angry. Why should I post that the marriage is over? That I should have kept it to myself. I said no, it's better everybody knows that the marriage is over. And why I ended the marriage was she was pregnant. She was pregnant for her boss. She was pregnant for her boss. She was 2 months pregnant for her boss. So I found out. I ended the marriage. So before, the family cooked up one lie that I had threesome 2 days before my marriage. But now, the director changed it now that I requested for threesome after the marriage with her. The whole thing doesn't make sense, man. It doesn't make sense. Everything she said in that video was a lie. She said she gave me 7 million naira, but that's a big lie. She didn't give me any money. She should make proof. She should make proof of the 7 million naira. And she said the family would sponsored my wedding, which is a lie. The family didn't give me any money. The family didn't give me money. I spent 25 million naira on that wedding. And I can show you proof of payment that I used to send to her, even when I'm not yet back. When I'm still in Cyprus. I will send for you all the whole details, audio receipts, some of the receipts, because my account statement I can't get but I'm not in Nigeria, so I can't get audio payment now until I've requested for it online. I'm still waiting for them to get back to me.
Poor guy, he's a stammerer. You can hear him, he stammers a lot. I even cut off some dates where he couldn't pronounce Cyprus. It was Cyprus. Poor guy, and poor Sandra Uchechi or so. Who is telling the truth? Both of them. Because this Bobby actually shared some screenshots containing some statement of account or alerts, money he had transferred to Sandra in the past. I think somebody went to his inbox and asked him this question, because he claimed that the man that got Sandra pregnant was his boss from work. Then the person that wrote him said, but if it's December now, if she was pregnant in January, she should have had the baby by now, So how can you prove the pregnancy allegation? Then Bobby replied, she must have eyed the baby. He used the K, the K word. I found that and ended the marriage on the 15th of January. I even made post on my story. They wanted to keep everything quiet, 15th of January, but Sandra claimed that she ended the marriage on the 4th day. Was it 4th or 6th of January? On the 6th of January, that was when she ended the marriage. But this guy said he ended his on the 15th. That was when he made the post. Anyway, these are the screenshots of all the money he claimed he transferred to Sandra, with Sandra's name in all of it. I will just flash all of them here. Like the first one here has 120,000 to who? Chi Sandra Uche, Bank, Access Bank. Second time was 300,000, because some people were like, How could you claim that you spent 25 million Nigerian naira for that wedding, and yet in all of this transfer, they didn't see where you transfer 1 million, like 500k. This one was 100,000 naira transfer, another 100,000, and this very one here got, oh, there's one that has 500,000 to Uche Sandra. You can see it up there. On this one, he also transferred 700,000. Where are people? Do they want him to be transferring like 2 million, 3 million at the same time? The next one, 300,000. Another one, 550,000. Come on, guys. You people should be kind. Why are you? Oh my goodness. It depends on what the lady requested the money for. Okay, 195,000, and here 350,000. Another transfer 100,000, and another transfer 200,000. You check all of them to who? The same name, the same recipient, to Chi Sandra Uche. You know, 200,000, 120,000, 120,000, 110,000, and a whole lot and lots of transfers the Bobby made during their relationship. All right, so there are certain observations here. We have listened to both sides of the stories. You know, some claims are not clear. I think they need more proof to justify their claims, because the girl in her own account in my previous video claimed that she did not know that Bobby stays in Cyprus. But if you go to this man's IG profile, he has it, Million Cyprus. That's what he has in his name, which suggests that he's actually in Cyprus and he's not hiding it. You know, secondly, someone pointed that for someone who spends 25 million naira for his wedding, that he did not see in the statement of account he just flashed everywhere, where he sent 3 million, 5 million to Chi Sandra. I don't know what you think about that. Another person went on to point out the fact that it does not make sense that a husband would ask a wife for a threesome, you know, few days after their wedding. Talk more of on the wedding night, even if it is the same week, somebody that you've not been staying with, all you could ask for was for threesome. You know, that men are jealous, they wouldn't want to share. You know, that is a lie that needs to be, you know, retwisted for us to digest. I don't know what you think about that claim. Furthermore, this man also claimed that Sandra's parents are known for, you know, blood money. That suggests that Sandra's parents are wealthy. And in that case, if their daughter was having a wedding, definitely they must have done everything in order to, you know, show that they are affluent, they are wealthy and all of that. You know, so they must have played a greater role in sponsoring Sandra's marriage, just like Sandra claimed. Yes, and you know, if it is traditional marriage, the parents of the groom, you know, they actually contribute a lot when it comes to preparing food and all of that for their in-laws, friends, and well-wishers. Even though they would give out the list, you know, bride price is entirely different. Yes, from the list, which is the dowry or something like that, is entirely different because they have long lists at times. But even at that, my own no reach 500,000. Yes, I remember that time. You know, Richu, though years have passed. But currently, my brother got married last month from Anambra, I think Oka or somewhere. I can't remember the village in Anambra, sorry. You know, when we saw the bride price list, we were screaming. To be honest, last month, it was less than 300,000. It was just amazing. Yes, I can attest to that. We were like, man, are they serious or something? You know, but that notwithstanding, it all depends on family. Yes. But honestly, to me, it doesn't make sense for a woman coming openly on social media to share things like this, because it's like shaming yourself, tagging yourself, shaming your family, your wedding parents. At first, when she started her video yesterday, she was covering for the guy by not naming the guy. She said, I would call him Mr. B. But your video is out there. You are the vulnerable one. A man can do a whole lot in this our society and get away with it. But for you, the woman, for you to have brought yourself on social media, sat down on a chair, cross your leg. My name is Chichi. This I got married and I ended it second. Are you wishing yourself luck or bad market? With all of these allegations and pregnancy for your kiniko, man, it's a bad market for a woman like you, and you tagging your family as well, as if they did not train you well or something like that. So ladies, I think this does not make sense for all of us rushing on social media to bring matters as this, because it points back to you, the woman. Bad market for you, the woman, and your family. So lastly, these two, they made huge allegations against each other. The woman accused the man of, 3 actions, threesome. I don't know if that word is allowed on YouTube here. And the man accused the woman of being pregnant for her boss. These are quite massive allegations that I think we should need more proof. We're not asking you guys to come on social media, but since you guys have started, make gonna bring proof of this pregnancy, and when I want to show us video of a threesome, no way. So this is crazy. Maybe they did not really understand each other very well before this I do and lavish traditional marriage they had. Try to date, understand the person very well, make sure that the person is truly into you. Don't rush into all of these things, and don't rush into it because the person is in abroad or because the person lives in Lagos, you live in the village. And Omahe is not even a village, because of that you want to get married to someone who stays in Lagos, who stays in Abuja, who stays abroad. That one is loud, everybody is rushing. This is why in my country they would see an Indian man and say no Yibo, they would see a Chinese man and say no Yibo. It is quite a pity. Shine your eyes where the season is here again. Yes, I keep saying it, a lot will happen this Christmas. May it not happen to you or our loved ones. Yes, let's not be victim of all of this nonsense, trashing deals and trashing marriages, relationships, flying up and down on social media. Okay, so possibly my next video might be the story of Doris Ogala, the Nollywood actress, and Pastor Chris Okafu. I've put that video together yesterday. Unfortunately, it has not come up here. Doris shared a lot. The very first day, she kissed our honorable designer's pastor, and the very first time they had a bed action together, pastors. That will be the next story. If you would be interested, look up for it soonest. Bye for now. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and keep coming back for more. Stay safe this Christmas.